Each day that we're given presents a new chance for adventures and experiences. We discovered a common bond around hunting for comic books, collectible toys from our childhood, meeting interesting people, seeing brand new places, or finding anything that makes us say, wow, I remember that. We live for nostalgic memories, we have a passion for exploration, and we are completely obsessed collectors. Together we are Comic Trips, and we are inviting you to come along with us on our expedition for pop culture treasure. So we woke up just west. So we woke up just west of Charlottesville, Virginia.
We slept in like a rest stop.
Yeah, like one of those little roadside rest stop type deals. Nothing there except vending machines.
And bathrooms.
Kat had one heck of a craving for a Waffle House this morning, so we had to go to Waffle House. And after Waffle House, we stopped at Walmart. And at Walmart, we discovered one of these bad boys. We haven't really been able to find him anywhere.
Cocoa Bean. Unhandy woman.
Coco's very
She loves the dashboard.
Enjoying sunbathing on the dashboard. So when we were about to get off this exit to go to Waffle House, we saw a sign for something called Stewart's Draft Antique Mall.
Paul's eyes lit up.
My eyes lit up.
Went.
Yeah, because you know that we have had success before at antique malls, Black Rose and Days of Old. So, you know, antiques malls are really a crapshoot when it comes to toys and comic books of the variety that we like. But we're willing to take the chance because it's 4 miles away from where we are. It's not far off of I-64 West, which we are on right now, and we will be on
For a while.
For a while. We're taking this to 81 South, heading towards Knoxville. I think it's just the fact that we're kind of towards the back end
Of Virginia.
Yeah, it might not be what?
Go-karts.
And mini golf.
I will wreck you all.
The only thing you wreck is that plate of hash browns. That's all you wreck. Slept good. Last night was our first night overnight in the RV. Took my first RV shower this morning. I feel like Buddy the Elf in his whole thing up at the North Pole. That's how I feel in that. It's a really interesting experience because I've never done anything like it before.
This road trip is a lot of fun. I want to do this more.
This is only we're not even 24 hours into this thing and it's already awesome. So I hope it stays awesome.
We don't really know where we're going.
No,
much.
we have a rough idea of which ways we're headed, but
We're just on the road.
other than that, we're just
Free
kind of...
birds, baby.
Yeah, we're just kind of going.
We'll see where the road takes us.
The United States of Comic Trips.
That was really bad.
Sorry, I have to concentrate on driving this bus. Truckers don't like it when you honk at them for no reason.
What?
Need a CB so we can talk.
Yeah.
CB radios.
Breaker 19, what's your 20? Whoa, you old dirty dog, where are you at? My mother's handle on CB when she was younger was Diamond Girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be Tony Russia.
We had CBs in my house when I was a kid.
It's got louder.
What's that?
It's got louder.
The ting.
Yeah.
What is it? Do we know where
It's
that's
the
coming
leashes.
It's
I
the
told you
leashes
that.
touching the broom handle.
That was driving me nuts last night at around like 11 or so.
Sounds like a flagpole.
It was like, screw you, loser. It was just mocking me the whole time.
Wow, there's farms out here.
Yeah. It's definitely a strip club chair right there. I feel like this is the only comic book in the entire building. It's our due diligence to bring it home. I don't think... Oh, wow. These are old. These are like 60 years old.
Damn.
These are from 1955.
For 8 glasses from the Burger King, $125. And I was just gonna buy the release one.
Yeah, buy them as a set?
Yeah, I sold it as a set.
Quick question for you. These were back in booth D9, but I didn't see any prices or anything anywhere near them.
D9?
D9. They're like one way in the back up at the top of the steps.
Oh, she just... There it is. No, it's E23.
Oh, okay.
7...
Oh, okay.
6. Most of our books are going to be in pencil, right inside the front cover.
Oh, okay.
6...
Hi, how are you? What's up?
Specimen cat.
Old school specimen cat.
They look too good to pass up.
They are really good. All of them are.
Gotta break in that kitchen in the RV anyway.
Oh, you guys in the RV?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thanks.
Today's day 2.
And you're coming from where?
New Jersey.
Oh.
Atlantic City, actually.
Atlantic City. Well, we've been there a number of times. And you're headed to where?
I think we're gonna head towards Knoxville.
Okay.
It's right there.
I mean, you could pull up and park on the street of the town.
You know, I do need though. I need my book. Where'd you guys sail from? Atlantic City.
Oh, okay. Oh, you always here?
Yeah.
Cat number 1.
Is that the different cover that we found?
No, I just didn't have number 1. I have number 1 or number 2.
And it's so tough to get a hold of. The Target.
Spider-Man?
No, no. Do you ever have any people, or do you ever snag any Target exclusives?
Sometimes I don't know that heavy. There's a particular one you look at.
Oh, the crossbones. That? Yeah. Going to Atlanta would have taken us from where we were yesterday down and then back up. So we decided to try and kind of like
cut through the middle,
save ourselves a few hundred miles because we really want to do our best. If we can make it work, we want to get out to Denver.
Yeah.
Once we hit Dallas, we go north, and then we hit Wichita. Once Wichita happens, it's going to be this way.
Because I got family in like northern west Kansas.
And
you take that straight road 70
right
into
past
Dallas,
the city
or
that
into
our
Denver.
families. But it adds 1,000 miles onto the trip.
Yesterday, watching the last episode, I looked at her and I go, when you said anything that had a basement intrigues you,
Yeah.
like the basement, like where is it? I looked at her and go, where's that movie from? And where's that from? She's like, I don't know. I go, it's a character you hate when I do the voice for it. She's like, the only one I hate that you do is Pee-wee. I'm like, exactly.
That's what it's from.
I'm so happy that a couple people got that reference. That's one of my favorite childhood movies right there.
I go, there's a new one on Netflix. And she's like, I don't know that one.
It's good. I saw it with Joe Magnagalario. I can't know.
Joe.
The guy from True Blood. So wait, you opened in '93, and I guess they say the big fallout was 95, 96.
Yeah, we survived that pretty
So you survived. You stuck through. You started right before the whole fallout, and then you ended up sticking. up sticking into it. That's cool.
And really, I had been in comics for like 8 years before that too, at another local store. So you know,
what was it? You had another store around here?
Yeah, in Kingsport. Yeah, I worked for another guy, Mountain Empire Comics, which is still in Bristol and Johnson City. So they still have 2 locations, just don't have the Kingsport location anymore. So I was there for a while, opened in '93, and been going ever since.
Wow, that's awesome. What's your favorite part?
I guess the interaction with customers, really.
I could tell.
Yeah,
I feel like I could tell.
Well, you don't get 105-star reviews.
We try to have good customers.
You don't get over 100 5-star reviews on any social network without having some sort of like
amazingness.
Yeah,
we try to do our job
right.
I'm so excited about this. It's gonna take me forever to read it.
So you can just sit all the way in the back of the RV and read it while we're.
You're a jerk.
What? Took our first poop in the RV today.
Oh, nice.
Ruined the whole thing.
How'd that go?
We were like,
the first time you smelled C. diff.
Oh my god.
We're like, we're not ruining it. It's like only #1 in the RV. It's the unwritten rule of the road. I don't ever get sick. This morning I woke up. We went to Waffle House for breakfast, and a little bit after that we went to Walmart. And just when we got on the road, I don't know if it's because I wasn't driving. Jeremy was driving. I'm always driving.
You drive is different.
Right. And sometimes I get motion sickness, car sickness when I'm not driving. I'm not feeling so hot. And then I was like, I think I have to go to the bathroom. And then I was like, yeah, I have to go to the bathroom. And then I was like, oh my God, if I don't go to the bathroom right now, this is going to get real. And I was like, I'm sorry, I got to break the rule. So now the dogs are probably choking to death in there.
Do you want me to toss your comics inside for you?
Please. Oh my God, that's awesome.
You want to put the back issues in also?
Yeah, go for it.
I think everything will fit.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that. I've never seen that portfolio before.
Oh, they're great.
What would you say is the most rare piece that if you could think of a comic book that walked in here one day, or that you got or sold through here, and you were just like,
oh, we've had an Amazing Fantasy 15 come in, but we couldn't work out a deal, and the guy had actually gotten it wet, and it was adhered to a backing board. And he told me he could get the backing board off, and I told him to leave it alone. That and Justice League 1 are like the 2 biggies that have came through, but we've not worked out a deal on either one of them. You know?
wow.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of Silver Age and never see Golden Age, really.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
very, very, very rare do we get a Golden Age.
What do you think that's attributed to?
I'm not sure what. It's always been that
You
way.
walk into a store up by us, and I mean, our area is chock
Yeah.
full of places, but I mean, here's an Amazing Fantasy 15,
Oh,
here's
like
a...
Frank.
Yeah.
There are people saying, bang, 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 here you go, here's an X-Men #1, here's a graded X-Men #1, and I'm getting like weak in the
I never
knees.
see that stuff, man. Very, very, very rare.
Oh, that green looks so good. I shouldn't be so excited about it.
So we pulled into South Lake RV Park in Knoxville, Tennessee. It is on the water here. I guess there's a lake in Tennessee, and we're here on that lake.
At the recommendation of a friend who interacts with us on Facebook, his name is Stephen King.
Stephen and Miranda.
Great couple,
Yeah.
very cool people. They suggested to us to the shop and it ended up being awesome.
He gave me a Deadpool solar-powered bobblehead.
And he gave me Boba Fett, Agent of Dune from Dark Horse Comics, which this is something that I'm probably going to end up reading on the road here. We ended up changing our course today. We were going to head down towards the Atlanta area, and we decided to kind of more cut across Virginia into Tennessee to save a little bit of time and hopefully money. Nothing against Atlanta or the area over there, but we might just have to hit that on another time. Would have been cool this weekend because they have a Comic-Con going on there. I'm glad we took the suggestion.
Yeah, and I'm glad we got to meet up with them, because honestly, they were really cool people.
I don't know about you, but it's still a little weird to me that we have people who are this far away from where we live, and they're like, hey, let's meet up. The
Yeah.
fact that anyone has any idea about us outside of our home area.
Where should we start?
I don't know. So we did the Deadpool.
Yeah.
We
So I
did-
guess we'll just talk about the giant box on the table. I bought a hardcover comic portfolio. It can hold up to 15 current or Silver Age comics. I would put my comics that I'm currently reading in my purse. Well, it's like a tote bag. Just like this, in a bag and a board. And they were kind of getting a little beat up, and they deserve better than that. I want to make the investment and get maybe another one of these too. So it's got a clear front. I guess like if you wanted to categorize it, you could put it on the side, and it does fit a comic book in the front.
These guys make everything in supplies for comic books. BCW makes just about everything.
Everything, yeah. And I feel like this was a good purchase
Yeah.
because I don't treat my comics very well. They get a little roughed up, but they're loved.
Well, what about what's in the comic portfolio?
Oh, so at Dewayne's World, I picked up 4 comics. Nothing too serious. Well, for me, it was kind of serious. So I got Spider-Gwen, the Scott Young #1 edition, and then I just found Spider-Gwen #2, so I think that's a series I'm gonna read. Yesterday at Chuck's Comics, we found Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #0, the Green Ranger edition, and I found the Yellow Ranger variant.
So should this be something that we're going
Yes.
after for this trip? I love these.
Then I actually did find Bee and Puppy Cat #1. Awesome. It's mine. And then a cool comic that I found and an interesting ride at Disney World in Epcot is Figment. So it's just from the Disney line. I honestly have discovered a love for actually reading kids all ages comics. I just find, honestly, in my opinion, that they're easier to read and the stories are super fun and they bring me back to my childhood. We do hunt for like 80s and 90s stuff, and like what's more 80s and 90s than like Figment? And then my next thing, what's more 80s and 90s? The princesses. This is a giant version, and all of the Disney princess stories are in comic book form. Look how thick that book is. Turn it to the side. Like, are you joking?
800 pages.
I think that'll keep me busy. It was only $20.
It's a phone book with Disney
Honestly?
princesses in it.
For the size of it, though, I thought this was gonna be like $50. $20. Yes, please.
It does not fit in your
In my
portfolio.
portfolio, no.
Okay, well,
That's okay.
I have comic books in here.
Oh, that's right, you do.
I do.
Let's see.
I went for a couple smaller dollar books, and then I got a couple medium dollar books.
No,
let's
what
say
you
that.
did is you saw the comics behind the counter.
Yeah.
And you were like, sir, I am intrigued.
Yeah, Dewayne's World has a very good back issue selection. If there's something in his organized bins that you cannot find, chances are he'll be able to find it for you somewhere in his shop or his back stock. Went and I grabbed New Teen Titans 17, 20, 23, and 28.
How much were these?
Those were $2 a piece. Not bad. I'll take them. This is
Decent comic.
yeah from the original New Teen Titans line in 1981, I believe it was, is the first line. Obviously, I want to get New Teen Titans #2, the first appearance of Deathstroke, which is a massively hot book right now.
Oh, yeah.
If we find it along the strip, that'd be incredible. I would love that, but I'm not gonna, put my life on it.
There will be more comic strips.
Right.
Get it?
Grab.
Jeremy, don't laugh at my dumb jokes. Actually, do laugh at my dumb jokes.
Grab 2 issues of the Avengers, old issues of the Avengers. A 12 center, number 61. 15 center, this is actually the last 15-cent Avengers comics, number 92. Neil Adams cover work right there.
Wait,
good old Neil Adams. He's a good guy. He's a guy that punked me at Wizard World Chicago.
You're watching Camera Trips.
You're watching Camera Trips.
Did you really pay $28?
No, did not pay $28. Here's the thing about Dewayne. He seems like he's pretty cool, and if you're picking up a couple of books, he'll cut you a nice little deal, which I was perfectly fine with. And then this will be one of the older X-Men issues that we have now, number 52 from 1969. I think we might have, a handful of X-Men issues under this number. 15 and 16 that we got from River City, and then I think I have 47 and then one other one. So that's in our top 5 oldest X-Men comics that we have. Very excited. Iron Man number 27 from 1970. So we didn't go overboard with books this time. It's a nice old
I
comic.
feel like we're trying to be somewhat conservative because what if we hit like a Mecca?
Right.
What else
Yeah.
did you grab though? You still have more stuff.
Yeah,
on
we
the
went. We
table.
grabbed the Back to the Future card game from 2010. Hadn't really been able to find this anywhere from around us. So there was a new one that came out, or is
it's
coming out this year, right?
It was
It's-
actually the commercial for it was on the brand new Back to the Future comic.
It's on the back.
Yeah.
It's on the back cover, yeah. But this is the old one, so this is a nice little game that we'll probably get into while we are on the road here. I would really like to get in that. And then
Yeah, you don't pull the trigger on books like
No.
graphic novels.
this right here is basically, it's called Marvel Visionaries Jack Kirby. The Crown Jewels of the Marvel Universe by Jack King Kirby. This right here, it goes through a couple different issues that he was instrumental in having to do with over the years. This, Jack Kirby, obviously if you don't know, he is one of the seminal artists for Marvel Comics. Some of his work is some of the most classic artistry in comic book history.
You probably have seen a Jack Kirby.
If you haven't seen a Jack Kirby comic, chances are you haven't read too many old comics. And that's okay if you don't read old comics, but it pays to know your history about comics, especially Marvel Comics with Captain America, Silver Surfer. I don't really pull the trigger on too many of these bad boys.
But that's kind of creepy.
But this is going to be something I would love to dig into. His Captain America is absolutely incredible. His Iron Man, his Thor. This guy drew some of the best characters that Marvel has ever seen.
Overall, I definitely give Dewayne's World a giant thumbs up. Honestly, online, if you go and you read reviews, there's over 100 5-star reviews. There's like a few 4 and then very little 3-star reviews. That says a lot.
Yeah, when we checked it was 127 5-star reviews, 3 4-star reviews, and 1 3-star review. Nothing below that.
Honestly, if your shop has over 100 5-star reviews, like, I want to go into your store.
He started right before the great crash of comic books.
And he made it through.
And he made it through, he pushed through, and here he is. And we walked in, we were greeted with this big smile.
Great dude, too.
It wasn't just us and Sword, there were other people who were going in and about. And he was running out and looking for stuff.
Definitely just a giant overall Comic Trips thumbs up.
I like it, it's a good overall kind of across the spectrum type store. Some stores you go to only have new books, some stores only have old books. This place kind of had a bunch of, there wasn't really many old toys in there, but that's perfectly fine. We got some amazing back issues to fill some of the holes in our collection.
Some cool stuff.
Yeah.
So I think tonight we're just gonna hang low. Tomorrow we got a few spots that we're gonna go check out.
Knoxville.
The recommendation of a friend, and then I think we're gonna head out to Nashville. So I'm gonna go take a shower, You're gonna go check the book out.
Yeah.
Jeremy's gonna listen to music.
Got some Mighty Mighty Boss Tones on tap.
Alrighty.
We're going to bed with some Boston ska.
Autobots, roll out.
Oh look, I did it right before the batteries. Like,
batteries.
no.
We're still having battery issues.
Always.
Oh yeah, we also went to a Walmart and we found this at Walmart.
Cool.
So that's awesome.